Good news for tourists and our economy. Mount Grace Hotel and Spa in the Magaliesburg, a favourite weekend getaway for Gautengers, is reopening tomorrow. Recently, Soho Sun Hotels took over the hotel from US group Marriott, saving the Mount Grace from possible permanent closure. The reopening of the iconic hotel is just one of a number due to reopen soon. And to tell us more, I'm joined by Soho Sun Hotel CEO Marcel van Aarlock. Good evening. So thank you very much for your time. So the Mount Grace Hotel and Spa reopens tomorrow. What can visitors expect?
Well, summer, so we've got some great weather. And look, it's a beautiful property. It's a country house with about 121 rooms. We've done a bit of work on it while it was closed. And we think it's going to be a great weekend getaway for people in Gauteng and now interprovincial travel allowed from other provinces. We're also opening Arabella just outside Cape Town, about an hour outside Cape Town. So these are properties that cater to the leisure market, and the midweek is more conferencing and that sort of thing. But I think there is quite a big pent-up demand for travel now that people are out of lockdown and they haven't been locked down for so long. So we're seeing some pretty good bookings in it. And I mean, a place like Beverly Hills in Durban has been full the last 4 weekends. So there's definitely demand for travel, and I think these country-type places will offer a great getaway now that summer's in.
Yeah, I think there's so much cabin fever at the moment. Also, some good news is that you were able to rehire a lot of staff that would have otherwise lost their jobs. How many jobs have you been able to save?
So it's about 110 jobs at Mount Grace, and probably the same number, maybe a bit more at Arabella, that we've brought online. Obviously, mostly the same people that were there before. Some have moved on and done other things and so on, but we've been able to bring those back. There'll be a bit of a phased returning of staff because your capacities aren't running full 7 days a week because you don't have a lot of the corporate movement, the conferencing and so on. But we're hoping by opening these, we should be able to generate that demand pretty quickly. Places like Durban, we took over the Edward as well, which we currently earmarked for potentially a November opening. That could be another 80 to 100 staff. So it's several hundred people. I mean, tourism is a big employer of people. And you have to be open to be able to employ people, and we're quite delighted to get these properties open.
Yeah, and we've had those crushingly bad GDP figures today. Hopefully that's the worst of it. It was over the most intense period of lockdown, but we do know that there are troubled times still ahead. Are you quite confident that Mount Grace and your other hotels will be able to weather whatever lies ahead?
Yeah, I think so. In opening these hotels, we're not seeing that we're going to be making super profits and so on for quite some time. To be quite honest, if you can get to a position where you're losing less money than when it's closed, you're doing quite well. I think these leisure type of properties, so the Mount Grace, Arabella, Beverly Hills and so on, will make money in their own right. But to get the industry going again, and I guess to echo what your previous guest, Sophia, was saying, you really need to get the big tourism infrastructure going. Yeah. So to open big city hotels, we've got to have the borders open. A place like Cape Town, 60% of our guests are international based.
Yeah.
Are foreigners coming in. The infrastructure is built for that. So there's no amount of local travel that can bring the big machines in Cape Town back up and running again, the 400-500 rooms hotel. And for that, you've got to have the borders open, and you've got to have the big events can kick in again, the Sandton Convention Centre, the CCITC. And there's quite a lot of demand for that. So we really do echo that request that they open the borders as quickly as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Soho Sun Hotel CEO Marcel van Aarlock telling us that Gauteng favourite, the Mount Grace Hotel and Spa, is reopening tomorrow. They've been able to save a number of jobs and, of course, endorsing that call made earlier by the Tourism Business Council of South Africa that a decision has to be made on opening our borders to international travel within the next 7 days.